Okay, perfect.
Yes.
I think we are good. Cool. All right. What's going on, everyone? Brandon back at it again with another episode of the Dispensary Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Kwan, founder of Cannabud Marketing, the #1 marketing agency of choice for dispensaries, both in Canada and the United States. And I'm joined here by Manny Ramirez, the founder of Strain app. Thank you for coming on the show.
Brandon, how are you, man?
I'm good.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Manny.
having me here. Very excited. We've been discussing this for quite some time. So very happy to be able to be here and join you.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah, no problem. I mean, it's funny because when I used to hear the same sort of podcast intro and other people say, yeah, we've been talking for 6 months, 8 months now, in the back of my head, I'm like, why don't you just kind of do the podcast? And then with me and you, we've been talking since like last year.
Last
But
year,
like,
yeah.
there's a lot of things going on. So I understand, kind of when two busy people can't get stuff done immediately. But again, just really appreciate you hopping on the show. I think this is going to be a really, really good one.
That's great. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah. We are all busy, right?
Yep. So first things first, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, well, my name is Manny Ramirez. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I live between Puerto Rico and Florida, and I'm the CEO at Strain. Basically, at Strain, we help retailers, we provide retailers with a mobile app, branded mobile app, and only one platform to help them centralize their operation in terms of e-commerce, marketing, and customer retention. And by doing that, we help them basically lower up to 70% of their technology costs. So yeah, we have around 500 locations that we are powering in US already, and very excited because we've been like for the past months entering the Canadian market, and it's been, I can tell you, very exciting, like meeting people like you, of course, and a lot of people that we've been meeting. So we're very excited for that.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I've seen the growth, kind of we've been chatting a little bit more behind the scenes, and it's like super interesting to see like, a lot of the things that we have in place. Now, I really want to touch on all the stuff that you guys do. But so the audience has a little bit more context. Like, when did you guys get started? Was this always the vision for Strain? Did you have to pivot into something else, or did you know that this is the kind of problem that you wanted to tackle?
Yeah, basically, well, we started on 2020, right? And basically, I started in the cannabis industry because a friend of mine, he has a dispensary right in Puerto Rico, and when I met with him and I saw all the technology that he was using and and all the dashboard that he was using, an idea came into my mind, and it was like, okay, well, you are using e-commerce and you have this and that, but what about there's no mobile app in this industry? So and of course, me myself, I've used to develop a lot of platforms for multiple markets. So that's when the idea came, and I started like building a mobile app for his dispensary, and it was great, to be honest. Mobile, most of the traffic of e-commerce is mobile, so it's a no-brainer like to have your own mobile app. So that's how everything started. But when we launched the first mobile app, we keep like identifying more and more and more things, and it was like, okay, so they are using an e-commerce, so why we don't launch an e-commerce since we already have an e-commerce, even something more complex than an e-commerce, which is a mobile app e-commerce, an e-commerce mobile app. So we already had the engine, we already had the API, the team, and everything. So it was a no-brainer to just pursue that. And okay, let's also cover the e-commerce for the dispensary, the retailer operation. So, and that's how we started. I can say, asking your question, like in terms of a pivoting, it really wasn't a pivoting, right? But yeah, we started like integrating more and more things into our offering because we saw that the customer journey experience in terms of e-commerce was really broken. Why a customer really needed to like use like re-enroll like in the e-commerce of the dispensary, also enroll in the customer in the loyalty rewards program, etc.
Yep.
So that's when we noticed, okay, so let's cover the full customer journey and be able to solve a problem for the retailer, but not only that, also that translate to the customers itself, because now they can do everything like very more seamlessly. Like you take out your app, you view the products, you order products from your favorite dispensary, and you can redeem your points and obtain points on the fly. So you don't need to do much as a customer, on the customer's perspective. So that will be the only pivoting that we have done, but really more adding more value to our customers, to the dispensary that use our products. So yeah, I think that will be
Right. So so when you started off, so like you said, it wasn't necessarily pivoting. You didn't start a business and decide, hey, this business isn't going to work, we're going to do something else. It was more so, how do I figure out the small iterations and the improvements to make a better product and a better service better for my customers? And therefore, that is why you are essentially crushing everybody else, is because you are now finding different things that your customers need, providing more value. And by providing more value, you provide more utility, and then people want to work with you versus anyone else, right?
And very, very important, like listening to your customers.
Yes.
Like, asking them, so how we can make your life easier, how we
Yes.
can, we do have the technology, but it's not only like launching the e-commerce. No, it's launching the e-commerce, but tell me, give me insights, what you need, like to manage to overcome the obstacles that you're having with your actual providers. Like I think that the success we have had in the past months, it's basically that we really, when we sat down with a retail, with a dispensary owner, we sit down with him, not thinking, oh, I will sell you my service, you will use my technology. No, tell me, what are your problems? We gain trust first, and that's basically our company vision. Like, we gain the trust of the retailer first, and then we go to sell to them. But we just want to learn what you need, what pain points are you having, not only you but your customers. Are you listening to your customers the right way? How we can help you offer them something better. And so of course, so you can increase customer loyaltiness. So
Yeah. Look, that makes a tons of sense. And I want to kind of backtrack on one thing that you said. When you ask your clients and your customers, like, what are your problems, right? And I don't think a lot of people, have that frame of reference in terms of how they want to improve their product. And I tell dispensary owners this all the time. It's that I think a lot of times, because it's such a high volume, high transactional business, it's sales, sales, sales. How do I get more sales? How do I get more sales? How do I get more sales? It's not, how do I better serve the customer? Right. And sure, you might, if you focus on sales, you might see a little uptick here and there, maybe 1 month, 3 months, even 6 months, you might do very, very well. But eventually, if you don't continue making your product and service better, then you end up facing longer term issues. Right. And it's not always like, because people think it's cannabis, they think the only thing that they sell is the product itself. Well, that is one aspect of it, right? But what is the customer journey? How do people find you? Do you always have product in stock? Do you not have any product in stock? Do you have good quality product? Are the people that are educating you, are they smart enough to kind of help out with all these different things, right? So all of these things that you're touching on apply to dispensary owners as well.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And on that line, one thing that we've been doing, like with our sales team and myself, it's like when we sit down with a new lead, with a new potential customer, I ask them, so you are not paying, like what was the last time that you talked with the person that sold you your any service, any tech service, right? Not only e-commerce, like that's the difference that we want to provide to you. Like, you are not paying only for our service, for our tech, but also you are paying for our knowledge. Like, okay, do you have any issues? So let's sit down, let's see how we can help you. And that's the approach that we really want to we want to show out there to customers, because that's super important. The same way as that you are referring, that how they are connecting with their customers, we are connecting with them the same way. So, okay, so it's not only about selling, it's about, okay, get to know your customers, check what they want, because otherwise you're just, adding more and more inventory and products in an open-ended approach, because you don't know what your most loyal customers are really buying. So, and I think that's super important.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, I just want to quickly walk through, because you offer a lot of stuff. right?
Yeah.
Or the app that you have offers a lot of stuff, right? So I just kind of want to walk through a few of the main things that you do. So when you first
Mhm.
started everything, you built out the mobile app. That was the first
Yeah.
one. And the mobile app was the thing that allowed people to purchase cannabis products from retailers on the phone. That was the first thing, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then the second one was now you've built out an e-commerce platform. So if somebody wants to purchase it online, so on a browser or anything like that, that allows them to do that as well.
Yes.
And then the third one now is the loyalty aspect is you're now capturing people to come through the door and they're purchasing product from you and you're able to successfully make that transaction happen. Now you're
Mhm.
helping enable retailers to ensure that happens back again. Would those be the three main things or am I missing a few things that
No, no, actually, those are the main things. We, of course, we do provide a lot of analytics and CRM, all that, because of course we have the data and we have aggregated data from the POS, from the mobile app and from the e-commerce.
right?
But yeah, that pretty much like resumes like groups all the things we do or the
Right.
services that we provide.
So then on the loyalty side, right, that's like
Mhm.
points redemptions, discounts, and then is that also loyalty and sending out text messages and sending out email messages as well? Or is that a separate part of what you guys do?
Yeah, basically we have in terms of marketing channels, we do provide three main channels, like push notifications, which are basically attached to the mobile app,
Yeah.
right? So any customer that have your mobile app, you can easily send them push notification alerts based on a lot of segmentation totals or ranges, gender, for example, if they have not visited your store in X amount of in a period of time, etc. And also, yes, we do provide SMS campaigns, but we don't tend to recommend that channel that much because of two main things. One, it costs a lot of money, and that's the main thing. And the second is that most campaigns, when you send them, they really don't reach to the to the consumer device, and we all know that. There's no specific way to benchmark what's really the conversion rate, open rate, like only if you use like coupon codes or on all that, but it's not that seamless as with the push notification that who opened what, like a lot of insights on that, because we have the device powering that data into our dashboard, right? And for the emails, that's great because we are launching very soon our email marketing tool, and it will be great because um I come across with a lot of retailers, and when I see them like importing data into MailChimp, into all this type of email marketing tools. So that's when we came up with the idea. So we are connected to a POS. We have these other marketing tools as well. Let's integrate email, but it will be very different than any of the players out there, because you'll have like Canvas style drag and drop, and you'll be able to convert, since we are the only company that really powers your e-commerce and your loyalty system. So you'll be able to convert like the full cover the full journey, the full e-commerce journey. So you send a marketing campaign with a special pricing product, they will click on it and it will open right away into the e-commerce, and you'll be able to redeem those points right away there. Something that you'll need two providers to achieve right now. So that will be something very, very useful for retailers to use down the road.
Oh, nice, man. You're hiding some secrets from me. I didn't hear about that either. So I'm super excited for that. That's awesome. That's really awesome because I think one of the biggest things that I'm seeing with these retailers is that there's just so many things going on in any given period of time. It's like, I have to do SEO, I have to do web design, I have to work with Dutchy, I have to work with Alpine, I have to do all these stuff. And there's
Yeah.
just so many things that are going on, right? So that kind of gets me to the next thing that I wanted to touch on quickly is like, okay, so you do a lot. You do the e-commerce bit, you're going into the email marketing bit, and you do the loyalty bit as well, right? Like, so your competitors are pretty much all the big players, the Dutchies, the Janes, the Spring Bigs, the Alpines, and all that stuff. And even if you, and I've just kind of recommended them on my channel as well, just saying, hey, like if you want a loyalty software,
Yeah.
you know, kind of go with these guys because these are kind of the main players in this space, right? So
Mhm.
as kind of like a newer company that's kind of like competing with these people, what would you say is like kind of the key differentiator for you guys versus kind of these other companies?
Oh, it's very simple. Like when you sign up with us, you will save easily 70% of what you're paying. You know, we have came across with retailers that, for example, a 30 location retailer can easily save close to $250,000 per year annually. So when they switch with us without losing any features and like quality of product, and on top of that, adding the mobile app equation into their operation, which I can tell you all of our customer base, I can tell you that in less than 90 days, when they add the mobile app, their branded mobile app into the e-commerce equation, the traffic converts 70% to the mobile app, 30%, around 20%, from 60 to 70% mobile app, and 30-40% website. So those are great numbers. Of course, customers, you know, it's super easy for the customer to take out their phones. They already have the retailer icon there, so it's tap on it and you are already browsing. And remember, mobile apps, and it's not because I'm telling this, it's like the general, like anyone can research this, like mobile apps are 3 times to 5 times faster than e-commerce. Why?
Yeah.
You are not using embeds. Okay, you don't have to render most of the things that you have to render on an e-commerce embed. And the other thing is that mobile apps have local storage, so most of the things in terms of the user interface, it's already there, it's on the device. The only thing that we are rendering, it's basically product information. So that's the main thing. And of course, with Strain, well, you know, you will have your customers already enrolled in the app. So once they enroll in the app, they are already enrolled in the loyalty system because it's a single platform. You don't have to enroll in the e-commerce and then re-enroll into the loyalty system as well.
Right.
And I think that's a competitive advantage that we have right now. And we have seen like the results with customers.
Right. So are you seeing, so you know, kind of just anecdotally,
Mhm.
I hear that, you know, there's like app fatigue, right? You know, people don't really like downloading apps or the phone and stuff anymore. Are you seeing that right now? And if so, do you have like ways that retailers can kind of prompt their customers to then download an app?
Oh, so many strategies. Remember, those numbers of those apps, those basic reports, analytics, metrics, are basically for other kind of apps. Like the e-commerce apps are the apps that are most downloaded. You will see that most of the traffic for Amazon.com, eBay.com, everything happens in app. So, and not on their website. So yeah, that's, once you are a loyal customer, that's something that you will want. Because
Just
why?
safety.
one one you'll be connected with the brand, so, and you'll be connected together.
Yeah.
Okay, not only that, you also like receive like app exclusive offers, that, and those are some of the strategies. Like a lot of our customers, they have some exclusive products and exclusive offers only for the app that they don't have on their e-commerce. Why they want that? Because of course they want customers to download the app so they can convert them, or that they can be connected with them with the push notifications, rather than spending thousands and thousands of dollars through text messaging. Okay, so that's why they are doing it. And yeah, you know, that will be like the most important things in terms of why customers will want to download the app. And
Mhm.
of course, because it's way faster.
Right, right. So now my next question I want to get to was now mostly talking about like on the retailer side. So between you and I, a lot probably with you, you spoke with a lot of retailers, you know, different sizes, different countries, different states and stuff like that. What are kind of like the biggest problems that you're seeing retailers face, you know, these days?
Oh, these days, well, of course, in terms of the industry, most of these retailers, the first thing is that they are running short staff, and I'm pretty sure you have heard, you have heard that as well. So having a tool that can help them like centralize everything, so they don't have to be switching between dashboard. that really saves a lot of time. Okay, that really saves a lot of time. You eliminate import exporting of data. So that would be one of the things. And the cannabis industry, sales are not sales are not in the best time. So the other thing, it will be, if you are a retailer and you can save money, right? For example, if you have your e-commerce platform and you have a loyalty platform, you'll be paying around $7,000 annually.
Yep.
With Strain, you can easily you only have to pay close to 3,000 per
Yep.
year. So that you have also the that added value in terms of it cost effective. So if you save money on that, then you can invest that in marketing, preferably SEO, right? So you can bring more sales into the store. So I think it's us being here right now, helping the retailers achieving that achieving a more cost effective operation. That alone helps a lot. And also, that we've been discussing, we'll launch also a premium plan next month in June. And that will be very helpful for a lot of single location retailers, because those are the ones that really doesn't have the budget
Right.
to compete out there. So if we showcase our company as that company helping those single location retailer, and they can save those $5,000 per annually, that really, it's a great will be great for the industry, because in the end, we can make money out of their operation as well with other things. Like, for example, okay, so you want to send marketing like SMS, or you want to send email marketing, we can provide you with that, so you don't have to pay the platform fee. Just pay us for the pay as you go fee in terms of what you send, and we only charge you what you send in terms of your campaigns. And I think that by doing that, we help them to cover those costs in the long run, because they will see more revenue coming into the store, and creating this saving their money, so they can spend more on SEO, so they can rank better better and compete with their actual competitors. That's what we have, like one of our main goals from next month and so on.
Nice. So then on the now, so a big thing that you're mentioning that, when working with you guys now, retailers should have a little bit more money to save because they're saving on you. And the big thing is you're saying, investing in an SEO, right? So is SEO the thing that you're seeing drive the most amount of results from a marketing standpoint for retailers?
Yes, SEO in some markets, but also what I see, that marketing costs way more money than actually target your own customer and retain them, and connect with them. And I think that a lot of retailers focus a lot on marketing, and I think that they are not focusing a lot in customer retention, which is my main recommendation. But you want to cover marketing, you want to cover customer retention. So in terms of marketing, SEO, it's one of the top priorities, because why do you want to have an e-commerce, right? An e-commerce, your website, if you don't promote it? If people cannot find you, or you are in the
Exactly.
third,
Yeah.
fourth page, it's like, I'll recommend you, like, you don't even need any commerce, because otherwise, your own customers can land into that e-commerce. But if you don't invest in SEO, so you can rank better than your competition, then you have a pretty big problem. I don't think that you will survive in the next year or so, because that will be the game. That will be the strategy really in the industry.
Right. So other than SEO and kind of the loyalty stuff that you do, are you seeing kind of like any other marketing strategies out there? I mean, people always want this like hidden tip and hidden trick, but are you seeing like any other kind of innovative campaigns that maybe some retailers are using to their advantage?
To be honest, email marketing in this industry, it's very, very powerful. Like, when I sat down with retailers, and I see and that's why we are launching our email marketing tool as well, so we can input more data, and they can see all the attribution and conversions inside of the dashboard. Because It's super cheap, of
Yeah.
course. Yes, it costs money, but it doesn't cost as much as the SMS. And of course, it's not as cheap as the push notifications, which are free. It doesn't matter if you send 200 to 100,000, 200,000 customers.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. It's free. So yeah, I've seen very great examples of email marketing, and I have lots of customers that use it, and they generate a lot of money. Like, I know for a fact that I was talking to a customer the other day, and they generate just with sales from email campaigns. They generate like $20,000 per month. They have multiple stores, right? But that's money, and it's only costing them like $500 per month. So that's nothing in the end. So compared to the revenue that they are generating. So yeah,
That's amazing.
I do recommend that retailers use the email marketing tools. Of course, we'll launch ours, but there's a bunch of tools like that you can use. A lot of them are even free if you don't have many customers. So something that I recommend is that, okay, make an analysis and we can help them. They can reach out to us, and we can help them doing this. Like, analyze who are your customer base, what's the percentage, because a lot of customers, like retailers that we come across with, they have like for example 50,000 customers in their POS, and we see those customers in stream. But when we check the reports in our dashboard, and we tell them, hey, like from your 50,000 customers, we ran this report, and only 9,000 customers have visited your store in the last 90 days.
Yep.
So, and that's something that they don't know. Of course, there's a lot of retailer and owners that they do know that, but there's a lot of them that they don't know about this, and we are helping them learning more about their operation, and not only so they can see what customers are not visiting, but hey, let's send campaigns to them so you can welcome them back. What we don't even want to get profit out of them. We just want them to come again, to put a foot in the store, because right now they're not generating any lifetime value for you. And what we want, okay, come to the store, I'll give you this, so you can visit us again, something super, exciting for them. And then you win them back as customer, and then you be able to win the back that lifetime value, which is what we business operators want in the game. So not the initial value or revenue, but what's coming, in the long run, and for years to come.
Look, that's the name of the game, right? It's like, once you get your customer, what are the things you're doing to keep your customer? And it's not just, how can I sell? How can I sell? How can I sell? And the reason why I love working with you so much is because whenever we have our conversations, it's always like, how can I help the other person, right? You're like, hey, this freemium model, I think is really going to help out, right? Or even kind of this like email analysis, and you're building out structure for like how you can help your customers. And this is exactly what we spoke about at the start of this call. It's like, if we continue to provide value to the customer, the money's going to come, right?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
on the dispensary side, the same thing applies. It's right. How do you continue providing value? And again, like I think email is a lost art now. I think it's gotten so kind of destroyed by your standard spam newsletters, like you're 5% off on things you don't even care about, that sort of thing. But I'm super excited to hear you're kind of bringing it back, because that's going to be like a massive thing that I think is going to come moving forward.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, and based on what you just commented, like yeah, the revenue will come, you will make money. There's ton of ways. We just want to gain the trust of the customers and go from there. But I think that's also because, since we are a bootstrap company, we built our company, and we've done very well. And I think that most of the companies are very driven by quarters and venture capitalists. So in a market like this, they have their sales team like meeting goals, sell. And they lose that personal touch, and and I know this for a fact, because customers like that we have right now, they have told me that, hey, I really sign up with you guys because of this, because I had all the guys like calling me, hey, we'll give you 10% off if you sign in this week. We don't rush things, and we still sell, and we still establish great partnerships as with you and a lot of other of more companies in Canada. So I think that's very important to mention, because we are a profitable company without investment. Of course, it's not easy to do that, but we've been able to achieve that. So I think that gives us a competitive advantage, not on the product side, but on the company side, on how we talk to the retailers, to our potential customers.
For sure. Like, thinking in quarters for a business that wants to be here for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, it's way too short-sighted thinking. Because if you're trying to hit the sales goal for Q1, you're just going to do very short-term things in order to get to those goals, right? So yeah, anyways, I'm sure you and I can kind of rant about short-term versus long-term strategy and all these things.
Yeah.
But not to kind of rant on about investors and all these other stuff. You recently wrote an article on how to retain customers for retail stores. And this is a big thing that you were talking about just now, right? Walk us through this article, walk us through kind of like your thought process on how retailers can ensure that customers keep coming back from the store. Because what I always say to customers or my clients is like, look, like ultimately, if you want to hit whatever revenue goal for your store, whether it's $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, or $1 million a month, whatever it is, right? There are a certain number of customers that have an average purchase price. And if those customers never end up leaving, right, then you never need to make a new sale ever again. Now, churn and stuff will always happen in the business. You will always lose customers, but you'll always get back customers and stuff, right? But there are different things we can do to improve the percentages in our favor or in the retailer's favor in order to ensure that customers keep on coming back for as long as possible. So what are the few things that you spoke about or you wrote about in this article that retailers can apply to their own business?
Yeah, and the thing is that this idea came because I've been, like, of course, meeting with so many retailers and so many customers, and when I established like for our team like strategies, it's like an SOP, but only strategies to increase mobile app awareness and to increase mobile app conversions. Because once you have someone in your mobile app, you have them there. It's up to you to maintain them or not. It's the same as if someone goes into your store. They will either, like you mentioned, they will come back or they won't. So why? Okay. Why? So you have to put in place a lot of strategies. But something, things so simple, like, because they are simple things. Like, for example, you receive an order from your e-commerce or your mobile app. It's as easy, for example, yes, in terms digitally, we have like recommendations of products based out of your interests, et cetera. But when you receive that order, you can click on that person, like, to view their profile, which takes you 1 minute just to see everything, like a full snapshot of what they like, what products they favorite, what, like, a lot of things based out of their what they have ordered to you previously. So we recommend to bartenders, and we tell this to dispensary owners, hey, grab the phone, like the good old days, and tell them, hey, we got your order. Hey, I saw that your favorite product is this one. We have an offer on that product, or we have that product in stock again. We're like upsell. Okay, yes, we cannot leave everything to technology these days, because yes, technology helps a lot, but it doesn't take you even 2 minutes, like, to call that customer, tell them, hey, we got your order. I know that we already send them a push notification or an email or whatever communication channel that the retailer have in place, but calling them and upselling them the whole way, like, hearing like that's customer service, like at the top level. Like, if someone call me, and I can guarantee you that if someone calls me, I have a high probability that I will buy something else, just because they know what I like, and they are telling me, hey, we know that you like this brand. We have a new product of that brand. I really recommend you trying that one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Simple thing. That's very simple for customer retention. The other thing that they can do very easily, of course, the referral. Everybody talks about referral, but and technology, it's out there and you can make those referrals, but do they really know how to implement that? Like, once you give them the tools, like, help them, not only training them on how to launch those or configure those referral program. No,
Yep.
but also help them like at least show them some example of what they can do. And not only like those, something that I talk a lot is that we talk about the cannabis industry, but to be honest, this is like retail 101. This applies to any
Yes.
to any market, any industry. So go ahead and look what Starbucks is doing, and copy most of the things they are doing. They already spend millions on learning what to do. And actually you are, maybe you are a customer of Starbucks or any other brand that you are loyal. You can take those ideas to replicate them in your store, because you are also you are in the retail industry, and most of those strategies, they work for your business as well, because what you are selling products to a person, same thing that they are doing back. So yeah, those strategies of welcoming people back that I mentioned earlier, of course, birthdays, you already have a report in the system for birthdays. So configure something so it can be triggered automatically, and you can tell them, hey, come back. Maybe that person that's having a birthday, they haven't visited your store as well. So you can configure that as well. So that can be another segment. So you can send them like, hey, Manny, we have this for you. We have this free merch for you, apparel, whatever. So you can go there and pick it up. And when they go and pick that up, that was one of the person that engaged with your We Miss You campaign. So what you have them there. What will be your approach? Right? Your approach will be like, hey, tell me why you haven't come back to the store. Is it because of a product or a brand that we don't have, that we are not carrying in the inventory? Did you ever had a problem with the service? You have to be more proactive and not reactive. And that's something that we always talk about, or I always talk about, talk to customers. Hey, we cannot wait to things to happen. You have to be proactive, otherwise you are just being reactive, and you are in a competitive disadvantage over your competitor, the other dispensaries. And it can be like way many other strategies that I have outlined some of them in that document. But we also, when we sit down with a lead or a customer, we provide them, we show them, hey, these are all the things that you can do, like for anything. It depends on your goal. Like, oh, your goal is transition a lot of people to the app. We have things for that. Hey, your goal is to establish a better online presence. We have things for that. Do you want to increase sales of a specific category? It depends very, very much on the retailer needs. And that's where we come very, very handy, because we sat down with them and we analyze what they need, and we give them suggestions based out of those needs, basically.
Manny, I'm so glad you're saying all these things, because you're dropping some absolute golden nuggets right now. I mean, I say this all the time, but it's like, when your parents says something and you don't really listen to them, and then somebody else says something and then you automatically listen to them, you're that somebody else, because I've been kind of saying a lot of these things for way too long. And picking up the phone, it's something so simple, but it's something that I think is like truly effective. And it means a lot, right? It's like, when's the last time you received a handwritten letter from somebody, a sincere handwritten letter, not a happy birthday scribbled on, that sort of thing, right? And it's these sort of things that, like, in your industry, again, whether it's cannabis or not, find the equivalent of that handwritten letter, because your customers are going to ensure that, it means a lot, because nobody else does it, right? Now, if you're doing 100 orders a day, you're not going to be able to write 100 handwritten letters, which is fine, right? But if it's something as simple as picking up the phone, as Manny said, telling the person that their order is here and saying, hey, we got this really cool thing, I think that'll go a long way. So, again, just wanted to say thank you for saying all these things.
No, and let me tell you, those I remember that I was at some point at an accelerator with a company that basically they did that for you. So handwritten letters to customers, and it was a SaaS service. So yeah, there are services out there, because That was like 4 years ago that I met them. So is that something that you're looking for? Search in Google, because that company, I'm pretty sure that they still exist, and they weren't the only one by that time. So you never know. A personal touch on every birthday, and if there's a company that you can integrate with, that might be very, very nice. Nice
Nice.
touch.
Nice. So the second article you wrote was more so talking about technology, right? The tech stack, if you will. And I've had a few other people on the podcast that are essentially, kind of saying the same thing, helps improve efficiency, is lower cost and stuff like that. But you really broke it down. Like you had a calculator that said, hey, if you have this many stores, you do all of this stuff and you work with us, you can save approximately this amount of money. So what was that article about? Walk me through kind of you did in that article.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it goes back to after identifying all the money that retailers were spending, and it came at a very like the perfect time, because and I've said that all the retailers that I've met like in the past 4 months, single location retailers, multi-state operators, all of them, it doesn't matter. They are looking for ways to cut costs. And that's how we came with the idea of the calculator. Initially, I was like giving presentations to customers and showing them, hey, this is how much we can save and all that. And that's when the idea came, like, okay, why I'm still doing this like one at a time, like let's use
Yes.
technology. And I created this landing page that you can visit. It's switch2strain.com. And basically with that, you have a calculator there and a video that explains you how to use the calculator. And basically you can select the e-commerce provider you are using. You can select the menu board you are using, and also the marketing company or customer, the loyalty rewards program that you're using, and you select the amount of stores that you have. And we have a formula. We created a formula to show you below that how much money you can save annually. And today I was with a company at the phone, and basically I make the exercise very quickly, and they can they can save close to $300,000 annually. So $300,000 annually. You can hire a couple of employees, invest all that money that you're already investing in technology. You can use it for to drive more traffic, SEO, of course. Yeah.
I'm kidding. Go ahead. For the audio only listeners, I was pointing to myself when Manny was saying you can invest all the money. I was saying, you can work with Cannabud over here to do all that stuff. So sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, that's why we came with the idea, and we've been promoting it a lot. And when customers learn about that, at least they are eager to try it, because everybody, any business operator wants to save money. It doesn't matter how good you are doing or bad. If you're transitioning to something else, and it will really have a big impact in the operational cost, they are willing at least to try a pilot. Right now, we are signing pilots with retailers in Canada, like bigger retailers in Canada, just so they can test drive everything before committing to investing in a mobile app on our service. So yeah, that's something that also, if anyone here in this podcast want to test our technology, we are we want to be able to provide like show and tell, not only tell you how it will work, tell, but also show you how we can implement that into your operation, and what will be the effect on it, on a positive side.
Nice. So with all of your experience, working on every side, because you're not only speaking with retailers, you're also speaking with other experts in the space. You're essentially doing the podcast, but you're just not recording it. But I know you have tons and tons of meetings. You have all these meetings and you're talking with everyone else, right? So based on your experience and kind of what you're seeing in the space and whatever you deem the next level being inside of your head, what do you think that dispensaries need to do to take their business to the next level?
To the next level, take some time of the operation to listen to things like this. start learning more about technologies, how other markets, other industries are doing great things with, yes, SEO, with marketing tools, with a lot of things. There's a whole world out there. So yeah, I recommend like reaching out to people like us. We don't charge any money to sit down in a call with any retailer.
Yeah.
All the questions that they have, we'll answer, and just help them, guide them through the right path. And it's up to them, of course, what they decide. Of course, there are competitors out there. We don't have that mindset when we start talking with a retailer. What we have on our mind is like, help you understand what all this thing about technology is, because there's a lot of there's a lot of things that you need to know, so you can take the next step and not only have your website, but hey, okay, but let's put that website to generate revenue. The website alone, it's a sales rep, for example. That's another revenue stream that you can create, but it doesn't come in a month or weeks. You have to make the effort and connect with the people that will work with you on setting that up and taking that website to the next level. So you invest now, and then you'll have a return of investment. Same thing as with your store. If you are a retailer, you invest money, right? And you don't get money back, the return of investment, in 2-3 months. It's the same. You have to think about your online presence the same way as your brick and mortar store. You invest, and then you will have a return of investment. But you can rush things, and you have to listen to the people that are helping you on that. And if you don't have any positive outcome or return of investment, then yes, it's time to change that provider that you are using, because obviously it's not aligned with your goals.
Right. Well, Manny, you've said a bunch of really, really good things. A lot of times when you're listening to these kind of longer form podcasts, it's something that you like when you're cooking, you put it on in the background. Hopefully you love both mine and Manny's voices. But I really encourage you to, like, if you heard anything, you can always rewind the video a little bit, right? Mark the little time in the podcast and be like, oh, Manny was talking about customer retention, and it's almost impossible for what Manny just said in the little 10-minute answer of what he said about how to retain customers for you to remember everything, right? So at any given point in time, just like mark it down and be like, yes, Manny said some really good things, and then you can always revert back, because there's tons of stuff in the podcast, and it's always good to, even though you listen to a podcast, it might feel like in your head, yes, you're super productive, but if you listen to it a second time, things are going to stick even more, right? But if you have any additional questions and want more custom answers to the things that you're doing, as Manny said, he doesn't charge for any consultations with retailers.
Oh.
How can they get in touch with you?
So they can reach out to my email directly, manram, MANRAM @thestrainapp.com. manram@thestrainapp.com. They can go to our to the calculator landing page at switch2strain.com. And also I'm on LinkedIn. Just search for me, Manny Ramirez from Strain, and yeah, we can connect there. And I'll be happy to to set some time off in my calendar, just to sit down, at least see what you have, and provide you real life strategies and options for your operations, so you can thrive and increase revenue. That's we all want that, right? So
Yeah.
we can help with that.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thanks again for listening to the Dispensary Marketing Podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Brandon Kwan, founder of Cannabud Marketing, the #1 marketing agency of choice for dispensaries, both in Canada and the United States. Just wanted to say thank you very much for listening. Every day and every week, I get more and more people messaging me saying, hey, thanks for the podcast. I'm like, cool. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't have expected it. So, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All righty. Manny, let's get quickly. We can get like a little thumbnail for the YouTube thing to screenshot. So whatever pose you want to do, I'll just do okay, cool. All right. Awesome.